really smoking out, you're too hot. Throw wax.
That's a lot of wax.
Just leaving the northern hemisphere summer, trading it in for a southern hemisphere winter.
And I get stuck running shop again.
Cleaning old dirt off a board that came back to me late, didn't get put away proper in the spring. Take to Chile.
Didn't we have a show on putting your board away properly?
It wasn't me. Someone gave me the board back. Go, oh yeah, I still have your board.
Fozzie's heading down to Chile in what? 2 days, 3 days?
Couple days, guys. Yeah.
So we're gonna do a quick vlog here on preparation for a trip. Mostly board preparation for a trip. So we'll get into it.
Yeah, so I'm going down with a little plethora, a little quiver. XL, the big Kindred 181. So a classic new longboard shape. Classic new, it's kind of an oxymoron, but we're going back to some longboards and they're crazy fun. Then from Donick, and I've been wanting one of these for a long time, AKA Ryan Napton style board. This is actually the Kona, developed by some Cassie members actually. So 28 wide, big wide board. Really excited to do some carving on this thing. Got a Nidecker Mosquito. All these I'm gonna re-wax here, and that's what I'm here for. Yeah, Nidecker Mosquito. I loved this board last spring at Sunshine, and I can't not take it. Like, way too much fun. And this would be like your classic volume shifted little guy that rode like a really big board. It was amazing. And I'm gonna bring down a Banked Country and probably a Kazoo. So I might even bring 5 boards down. Oh, why not take a Mega Deck with me as well? Sure, that means 2 board bags, folks.
We've already done quite a few episodes on waxing, tuning, how to keep your board in shape, but Fawcett's gonna run through pre-prep for this trip. You're coaching as well. It's not just a riding trip. Mark's going down to coach, and he's also gonna test a few things, a couple things from Union. You're gonna have that Nidecker out again, and I'm sure you're testing something.
Custom boards.
Some custom
boards. A bunch
boards,
of Kindred
yeah.
stuff, for sure. So, last spring, we put all these boards to bed really well, and one of our crew took this board out after we had put it away. Last day somewhere, I don't know if they hiked or what, and they rode it and then just put it in the bag. Thank God the edges were dried enough so it's not rusty, but you can see that classic down to the base, raw base on the sides, bit of wax in the middle. Gonna re-scrape and then go through the cleaning process again, clean it up and then re-wax it.
Sharp scraper is always going to make this work that much easier.
Easier and better for your base. Oh, we put this to bed with some cold wax as well. Hard. Oh, just brushing that little bit of wax out. And I'm going to base cleaner it. You can brush some of the dirt out this way too. Again, this board got put away proper and then reused or used one last time in some dirty spring conditions. Nothing worse than that. It's usually why you gotta do such a good job cleaning. In the spring, there's a lot of dirt in the snow, sort of greasy stuff, and it's really slow, really slow once it attaches itself into the P-Tex. All right, so it's one thing I haven't shown a lot on is base cleaner. Various types, there's citrus-based ones, popular companies, Swix, Toko. Everyone makes one that works well with the P-Tex. It doesn't damage it at all, doesn't slow it down. Used to be this theory that, oh, you know, all that work, you've put all that wax into the board, it's gonna take it all out. Doesn't really work like that. And our best techs, look at Blake Lewis with the Canadian team, like he's all about, like he travels with buckets of base cleaner. Nothing is slower than dirt, even just particulate dirt in your base. So you can be pretty liberal with this stuff, spraying it on. And one of the tricks he showed me is take the blue shop towels, are better than paper towel, but we're out. Paper towel or blue shop towel and your scraper, just wrap it in there and paste and scrape. And you will see dirty stuff coming off of it. You can also, if you want to take a Scotch-Brite pad sacrifice one. This works even better.
Yeah, that's the way I've seen it.
This works
yeah.
even better. But then once you soak one of these in base cleaner, it's pretty much
cooked.
it's okay. It's only for that, for the rest of its life kind of thing. So I know we use these after wax sometimes and such. So I'm okay with this for now. And it really wasn't that bad. I've seen much worse than what we got here right now. But yeah. So don't be afraid to use base cleaner on your boards.
Oh, look, it's Fozzie's daughter.
Fawcett 2.0? A little less cool, but if you gave me an orange apron, I'd be really
I'm not so sure.
stunning. Stunning it.
Just reading to see if they have it. No, a lot of them do. Yeah, a lot of wax companies will actually, on their bar of wax, on their logoing and labeling, will have the temperature.
This is very important.
They'll have the temperature. If you happen to have a digital iron that can give you the temp on there. And it's basically just, if you don't have that, if you have a standard iron that's just got, well, even these have the settings, but some of them just have a light, etc. Just sub-smoking. If you're really smoking out, you're too hot. So it's got to be just below that. Colder temps, colder waxes usually require a little more heat too to melt it properly. We usually keep this one, the average is between 130 and 142. Keep this thing around right in the middle, 135. That's a good one. You can wax as low down into like 115, 120 with like really warm waxes, etc. No problem, but you'll find, unless you have one of the super expensive fancy irons where the base is this thick, that the board will pull the heat out of a thinner one, the ones that most of us mortals have, too quickly if it's at a low temp. So again, just sub-smoking or somewhere in the like 130 to 142 range.
This is another one where I see a lot of the shop guys add just way too much wax to the base. So Fawcett will show you here, you don't actually need all that much.
That's as liberal, that's a lot, I find. Like,
yeah, that's actually more than I want to see the guys doing. I'm a
dripper, so I do that. The best way, like if you have expensive wax, spray on. So just a little quick hit. And if you want to make it a little more difficult for yourself, but works really well, crayon the heck out of it onto the board, dry, cold and dry, and then start waxing it in there.
Fozzie, that's a lot of wax, bro.
Yeah, that's what I do.
That's a lot
I'm a liberal waxer.
That's a lot of wax.
It's easy.
And every once in a while too, just feel the other side of the board, make sure you're not getting really extreme heat transfer through to that top sheet. You want to be careful there.
Woo! Got extreme drip onto my hand is what I got. This is a good iron. So it's making nice, big, long, flat trails. When you have a really crappy iron with a thin block on it, it warps usually, and they often warp out. And you end up with like the four corners touching and the middle not, and it's kind of worth it if you're into your equipment. Spend a couple $100 on a good iron. So the P-Tex likes to have wax kept on it when we travel or through the summer. The steel edges do not. So the wax will trap moisture in there. We want to get that wax off pretty much immediately to avoid corrosion. And you can see that happen overnight even if things aren't done right. If you try and wax a board that's still wet, fresh off the snow, and you leave the wax on the edges, they will corrode like crazy. Most scrapers have a nice little notch for it, or you could just use the side. Don't use your nice edges. You want to keep those nice and sharp. Get all that wax off the steel edges.
So Fozzie's just wrapping up the last board here. He just plowed through five boards to get ready for the Chile trip. Mark, you're gone what, 2 weeks?
Down there almost 3 weeks.
Almost 3 weeks. Then we'll be into what we at the shop here call PK season, which is product knowledge season, which is exciting. The reps come through. My team gets to learn about the gear we're currently going to sell in. And the new season starts, basically. It's middle of September now, but things get rolling here pretty fast. And we'll have more vlogs on the way. We're going to have the top... You may have already seen the top 5. depending on when we release this one.
Yeah.
This one's probably coming out soon, but we have all our top 5+ ones on the way. Those of you that really like the intro song, my band finally finished our album. The intro song didn't make it on there, but we've got other tracks on. I'm going to link that below if anybody wants to check it out. Shameless plug here, but finally got that done. Check it out if you got time. And I think that's everything, bud. You're going to have a wicked trip to
Stoke to go down and get on some sticks.
down to the southern hemisphere. He's very lucky. And yeah, thanks for hanging out again with us, and we'll see you on the next one.
Please like and subscribe.